So I make a product called cheese stuffed pepperoni that I sell in my store. And today I need to do about 34 sticks of it because I'm really low on extra sharp. And because it's only 34 sticks, I am going to chop up all the cheese myself without using my cheese grater. I have an electronic cheese grater that's just, I don't feel like doing it. So I'm going to start chopping. See, I add water so it doesn't scorch the bottom. And I just cubed all the cheese and sliced it thin so it melts semi-even. And then I have these infrared cooktops that I can kind of, right now I'm just actually getting the water to a boil, but I can have more control over the heat. Like right now, I'm going to probably bring it down 1100, and then I'll bring it down once it starts bubbling or boiling, and then I'll bring it down to about 600 and let it go from there for about 20-25 minutes. See, it gets warm, and then I just come in and I kind of break it up and give it a stir as it starts to melt. Now when I grate it, I don't never have to do this. But because I was lazy today, I decided not to use the grater. Now we just pop it back in. Alright, so we're going to stuff pepperoni. So the first thing is I opted out of using the large stuffer. I'm going to use the smaller stuffer. I think this is either a 10-pound stuffer or a 20-pound stuffer. I can't remember. But it's easier. It doesn't hold that much at the bottom. It might be like 1/8 of a pound of something on the bottom that you have to clean out. Where the larger stuffer is a 30-pound stuffer, and that's almost a full pound that it holds on the bottom that you have to clean out. And I'm only using 6 pounds of cheese, so I opted to use the smaller stuffer. And it is easier to clean, so I lay down wax paper to protect the surface and to protect from cross-contamination. And it's easier for cleanup too. Because, cheese can be very greasy, and same with pepperoni. And this is like that poly material for cutting boards. So it does take on the color of the pepperoni, and I got a scrub. So who wants a scrub? It's just easier to pick it up, throw it in the garbage, wash it down, and call it a day. So we also do pepper jack, habanero, spicy bacon cheddar, and a horseradish. I think our best sellers is obviously the extra sharp. Most people love extra sharp. And then the spicy bacon cheddar. Then the habanero, then the pepper jack, and then horseradish. The horseradish is actually really good. It's one of my favorites too. But I love the spicy bacon cheddar. So we also do the same technique to dill pickles. The bacon cheddar is the best in the dill pickles. I love the spicy bacon cheddar, but you can only eat so much of that because it is so spicy. It's very hot. And I do love hot, but that's pretty hot. And I don't know if it's because of the vinegar in the pickle that really emphasizes it. So with only doing 30 of these, it's going to take maybe 10 to 13 minutes on the high side. It doesn't take long at all. I do put all these pepperonis in the freezer before I stuff the pepperoni because it does help with the setup time. I don't have to wait that long for it to set up. And then it goes back in the freezer, and then it comes back out the next day for to be bagged and tagged. I think the most tedious part of this whole entire thing is bagging and tagging and then vacuum sealing them down. That just takes so long. So the reason why I'm pushing down the cheese is because when you back off of the stuffer, it does take a little bit of the cheese with it. So I just compress it down with a finger and then just add some cheese back to the top and clean it off. It's pretty simple. I don't want no air pockets. So our store is open Friday from 4 to 7, Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 3. And I actually just reopened our Etsy store. We only sell on there from November to, I think, May. Sometimes not even into May. Because I have to worry about the weather. So if it just so happens to take 3 extra days for delivery, and which was happening a lot in the summer, I would have to refund everybody their money. So I was losing a lot of money. And it's just way too stressful to have to deal with that, to make sure that people aren't eating it if it's, gotten too warm for too long, or just whatever. I didn't want to deal with anybody ever getting sick off my product or it getting lost in the mail, because we have had that done quite a few times. So I'm going to clean up my mess, put these in the freezer, and I'll finish bagging and tagging in the morning. Good morning. So today is Friday, which means that the menfolk are out dispatching to fill the cooler for next week. This week we have 3 beef coming in. So when I'm finished here, we'll step out and see what it is that they're working on, or how far along they are. So normally I put 6 in here, but lately it's just been like a struggle. So it's just easier with 5. I can make sure that the bags are nice and flat and there's no pitching, so therefore no air is going to get into the bag. Now I put the tags inside the bag. So I was having such a struggle with the tags getting like marked up or the condensation getting to the ink. So I decided that I would just cut the tags and put them inside the bag with the pepperoni to see how that did. And it's awesome. I literally can unthaw a full stick of pepperoni, even at leaving it at room temperature, and it doesn't affect the label. So it was the greatest idea I have ever come up with. I actually stopped going to craft shows last year just for the simple fact that a lot of my stuff would get damaged and I would have to come back and re-tag and bag everything. Even our pickled products, which were in glass, they are in glass jars. I'd have to come home and re-tag all those, and so it just got to the point where I felt defeated and stopped going to these craft shows over my labels getting damaged. So with the game changer of these labels, next year I think I might start going back to craft shows. So let me know in the comments, do you think that this would be something that you would like to eat, or do you find that this is going to be repulsive? I absolutely love pepperoni. So this, to me, is my go-to. If I'm snacky, I'm eating pepperoni. If I'm hungry, I'm eating pepperoni. So, but I have come across quite a few people that think it's absolutely disgusting, and they can't do the combo. It's one or the other. Alright, so now I'm just gonna put these all in here and walk them out to the store. Because that opens in 20 minutes. Alright, so I'm gonna finish up here. I'm gonna go take this out to the cooler in the store, and I will check in and see what the guys are doing, because today's Friday, it's dispatch day, and I know that we have 3 beef coming in this week. So I'll see you in a little bit. So this is a picture of our freezer, and it has all our different types of cheese-filled pepperoni and our cheese-filled shrimp that are wrapped in bacon. Ooh, they are delicious. All right, so I'll just give you a little bit of a lowdown on what it is that we sell in our store in the cooler. So we make our own chicken barbecue sauce. We have 2 different types of pickled eggs. We sell 3 different types of pickled meats, which is kielbasa, pepperoni, a cheesy smoky dog. We make our own cheese dips. Well, they're more of like a spread, a marinated mushroom. And I usually put out like a weekend special, whether it's going to be salads or like a hot dip. We have cheese-filled pickles. We have meat sticks. We have homemade mustards, horseradish, habanero, and I always have stuffed mushrooms on hand. So that's pretty much the lowdown of what it is that we carry in the cooler itself on a daily basis. Or I should say weekend basis, because I'm only open on the weekends. Okay, so we're back out in the shop. So this week we have 3 beef. This is actually number 3. That's going to be processed and put into the cooler. So starting today, we will be closing down for 9 days for a mini little vacation. We're not going anywhere. Tomorrow is opening day of rifle season here, and my husband and our daughter are huge into hunting deer. So that's what they'll be doing for the next 9 days. So I'm excited for them because they love the sport. I'm not a hunter. I am an eater. I do like venison, but that's where I draw the line. So this beef here is actually Andy's. He has worked beside Cubby for the last 2 years. And every year at this time, he puts a cow through for his children for a Christmas gift, which is super nice. That'd be a nice gift, especially with how bad the economy is right now and how expensive groceries are. So that's pretty awesome. So I don't usually come out here. This is not usually my forte. Not my thing. But ever since we started YouTube, I have to do all the videoing. So I have learned to adapt. Kinda. I am learning to adapt. Okay, so we're gonna end this video here. Unfortunately, I lost all of my footage this week of processing the 3 beef to get them into the cooler. It's a bummer. But thank you for watching. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see our future videos, please subscribe to our channel. All of this will help our channel grow, and that would be muchly appreciated. Again, thank you for watching, and have yourself an amazing day. We'll see you next week.